Good evening. At this time, we'll call the December 15, 2015 meeting of the Yukon City Council to order. If you would rise for the invocation by Debbie Powell Maxwell of First Christian Church and remain standing for the flag salute, please.
Let us pray. God of all the nations, you have called all people to lives of service and justice. You have called all people to lives of peace and wholeness and community. Bless all those who gather now in this place to answer your call. As they prepare for the meaningful work before them this day, we are grateful. Grateful for their gifts of discernment, grateful for their gifts of wisdom, grateful for their gifts of vision for our community. Grant to all who gather here the gift of patience and cooperation. Grant to those who ponder differing views the gift of clarity of thought. Grant to all the courage for truth. We ask that all eyes be constantly open to one another in the issues that city government can and should solve or improve. Even as our heads are bowed, we continue to look up to what can be accomplished by applying the gifts and talents and experience you have given to all in this room. May we stand for each other. May we stand for Yukon. May we stand with you. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Alberts.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
McCarran.
Here.
Smystrela.
Here.
Yonda.
Here.
This evening in the presentations and proclamations, we're honored to have Denise Harris. If you would come forward for the presentation of the Oklahoma Municipal League 25-year pin. Carolyn, you want to meet me around front?
Hi there. What's always fun to be here to get to honor people, municipal employees that have given a significant portion of their life to municipal government. So it's quite a sacrifice for you to make. And so your name will be inscribed in a leather-bound book that's on permanent display at the Municipal League offices. So if you're ever by Oklahoma City, stop by. And anyway, so.
So on behalf of OMAG and the City of Yukon, thank you so much for 25 years of service. That's a lot of commitment, so we certainly appreciate that, and it's something that you should be proud of, and we're certainly honored that you've given that much dedication and that much of your life to us here in our community. Thank you very much, ma'am. Any other presentations or proclamations?
No, sir.
Thank you. This is a visitor section of the meeting. If there's a visitor here this evening that would like to address the council about a non-agenda item, if they would approach the podium at this time, announce their name, their address, and their business. Any visitors?
I don't have any.
Okay. Then at this time, we'll recess as Yukon City Council and reconvene as the Yukon Municipal Authority. The first item is item 1A of the YMA consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda. So the Yukon Municipal Authority by unanimous consent can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion. If an item does not meet with the approval of all authority members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion to approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of December the 1st, 2015. Of a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Smystrela.
Yes.
The next item is 2A, and that's consider approving a joint rezoning application for the Yukon Crossing / City Hall Plaza from C3 Restricted Commercial District to Urban Gateway Overlay Supplemental District as recommended by the General Manager and the Executive Director of YEDA. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion that with the things that we've been discussing about all of this, that we just postpone this indefinitely until such time as we're ready to readdress it.
Is that appropriate, Mr. Super?
It is. It's an appropriate motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Russell,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Yonda,
No.
At this time, we'll adjourn as YMA and reconvene as the Yukon City Council. Item 1 is the revised consent docket. This item is placed on the agenda so the City Council, by unanimous consent, can designate those routine items they wish to be approved by one motion, and if an item does not meet with the approval of all council members, that item will be heard in regular order. The city manager recommends a motion that will approve A, the minutes of the regular meeting of December the 1st, 2015, B, the payment of material claims in the revised amount of $760,421.48, C, designating the items on the attached list from the Technology Department is surplus and authorizing their sale, donation, or trade, and D, setting the date for their next regular council meeting for January the 5th, 2016, 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the Centennial Building, 12 South 5th Street, Yukon, Oklahoma. Do I have a motion, please?
Have a motion to approve A, C, and D and pull B out for discussion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? So we have a motion that's going to be A, C, and D. So any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Now we have a revised consent docket with the remaining item of B, the payment of material claims in the revised amount of $760,421.48. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Discussion. Mr. McCarron.
Discussion, I guess I'd like, from the city to make a comment on that, because we've got a revision here to look at. I want to make sure I understand that.
Councilmember McCarron, the difference in the two amounts is, we have an item that is on the agenda, I believe it is number 6. We have that item that's on the agenda, and it's the difference between the two. Actually, it's number 6. Those are for the funds that we need to pay Dewberry. We are not under contract with them, but they did some preliminary drawings for the new City Hall project.
Okay, so this is money we owe then,
Yes, sir.
and so that's why we've adjusted this.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Any further discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
The next item is item 2. That's consider accepting the resignation of Grayson Bottom, City Manager, effective December the 31st, 2015. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I'd like to say something, please.
Discussion.
I'd like to thank Grayson for his dedication, service, and contributions to the city of Yukon. Great things were accomplished under his term as city manager. Thank you.
Other discussion? Discussion? Discussion from the city or the citizens? Call the roll, please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Yonda,
No.
Next item is item 3. Consider appointing Tammy Despain to acting city manager effective January 1st, 2016. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Yonda,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Next item is 4, that's consider approving an addendum to the agreement of the upgrade of the new World System to ECAD, to reflect new ownership of the New World by Tyler Technologies, Inc., as recommended by the Technology Director. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Next item is 5, that's consider approving an initial expenditure of funds in the amount of $631,000 for the removal and disposal of limb debris caused by the ice storm to be paid from the general fund reserve as recommended by the Public Work Director, Park Director, and Recreation Director, and Sanitation Service Director. Do I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Russell,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes. The next item is 6, and that's consider approving an expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $165,113.50 to Dewberry Architects, Inc. for the design service to be paid from the Capital Improvements Funds as recommended by the Assistant City Manager.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Yonda,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes. Item 7 is consider approving resolution number 2015-24, a resolution of the City of Yukon, Oklahoma authorizing entering into an interlocal cooperative agreement for the municipal court jurisdiction concerning juveniles. Do I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Yonda,
Yes.
Alberts,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
McCarron,
Yes.
Smystrela,
Yes.
Item 8 is the city manager's report, information items only.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to report that we've got an increase in sales tax. This same month as last year, we are up 11%. Same year-to-date, it's up 14%. Next, we have some events that are happening this week. We have the Sounds of the Season, which will be performed by the Oklahoma City Philharmonic this coming Thursday. It starts at 7:30, and there are still tickets available, so we hope you all be able to attend. We've got Christmas in the Park back open. Thanks to all of our staff here in Yukon. It opens nightly from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. There's no admission charge, but we do accept donations. We've had a big crowd since last week when it opened up, and I think everybody was really excited when we got it open, so we appreciate all the staff for getting it back up and running. Our sanitation holiday schedule, city offices will all be closed on Thursday and Friday, December the 24th and 25th. Customers who have their pickup day on Thursday, they will be picked up on Wednesday, December the 23rd. Those residents that have a pickup on Friday, they will be picked up on Monday, December the 28th. The transfer station and the recycle center will also be closed on December the 24th and 25th. And in addition to that, the sanitation department will be handling a Christmas tree disposal from December the 28th through January 15th. If you will leave those used Christmas trees by your curb, just like you do your trash, they'll be picked up on the same days. So that's a free advantage for all of our residents. I also want to report about the CMOM. CMOM is a audit plan that DEQ had an agreement with Yukon in 2005. We had to agree to a consent order and establish a schedule to develop and implement a capacity management, operation, and maintenance plan, otherwise known as CMOM. And it's an annual audit program. In the past couple of years, the city has performed numerous improvements. Some of those have been new manhole. We've raised or rehabilitated 14 manholes. We've cut the roots at 6 locations. We've rehabilitated sewer mains at 12 locations. Pipe bursting, 6,384 linear feet of collection lines, and much more than that. Back in October, DEQ received the final mandated CMOM annual audit, and based on the review of the report, the associated mitigation efforts undertaken, the CMOM has been closed. That has been lifted. The city will no longer be required to submit annual CMOM audits to DEQ. So we'd like to thank the staff for all of that and all the work that they've done on our wastewater treatment plant and sewer lines. Without all the projects, the things that they have done, we probably wouldn't have had this ban lifted. So we're really happy about that. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Questions? Questions? Any new business?
No, sir.
Council discussion? Councilwoman Yonda.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Mrs. Meisterlo.
I also want to thank all the employees that were working through the ice storm and now getting the lights back. It's a wonderful thing. I was going to Walmart the other night and the list, I mean, it was all the way down to Garth Brooks and then you could see it all the way to I-40. So it was a big, long line of people. That was probably Saturday night. But it's awesome and we're really proud of you. Thank you so much for all you do.
Mr. McCarron.
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, as I always do every year. Certainly the lights in the park coming back on have been a tremendous boon to the city. I just, I want to know if there's some other challenge we can give the city folks this year that would be more of a challenge than we've experienced this year. I want to appreciate the OMAG folks for coming by today and seeing us and making a presentation. That's always nice when you get out and we have the opportunity to recognize some folks. And I also want to thank Pastor Powell. I think she's already left, but oh, there you are. Okay, I'm sorry. For coming tonight and providing us with the prayer to start us off. I think the CMOM audits are a very important thing that we're recognized by DEQ for doing a good job, and I think we really are doing a good job. So with that, once again, I'll say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and that's it for me, Mayor.
Mr. Russell.
All right, I also would like to really hand out a thank you to all the city employees who really worked so hard to get the lights back on, because I know there's a lot of people wishing they were on. So thank you everybody for their hard work, and thank you Pastor Powell for joining us this evening. And just like it's been said a dozen times, everybody's really had to get with it this year, or not this year, but this past few weeks, and you all have done a great job. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you for everyone that worked so hard, not only to get the park going, but to get the streets cleaned up, the electric lines, the poles repaired, and the different firemen, the police, et cetera. Thank you all so much for the hard work. I mean, I think that the feedback that I've gotten is what a great job that everyone's done, and things moved along quickly. So thank you for that. I had just a brief chat with Chief Korn, and I guess that the traffic is up and going again, and the count was about 700 on, was that Saturday night? Friday night through the park. So there's a lot of traffic. It looks like the police and the different departments in Yukon are trying to control that, so be patient. You know, it's a slow time in Yukon, but that's a meaningful time for our community, so please bear in mind that there are guests, there are visitors, or a good number of those are, so please be patient and be tolerant of the traffic. And then also I want to say, regarding the agenda item about the city manager, I said that I understand that some people agree and other people disagree. But I do not believe that it's an item that should divide a council, and I don't believe that it's an item that should divide a city. The vote was cast. The matter's been resolved. It's time to keep moving forward. However, Grayson Bottom made an impact on our community. Because of Grayson, Yukon is a better place today than it was when he came. Grayson gave it his all as city manager. I am grateful for his vision, for his accomplishments, and the ideas that he set in motion that will continue and go forward from here. His legacy will be remembered in this community for a long time. Thank you, Grayson Bottom. Merry Christmas, and with no other items before this council, we stand adjourned.